College Game Day is coming to Bloomington for the first time as Indiana looks to keep its winning streak alive.
WDRB's Eric Crawford and Rick Bozich break down the Hoosiers' chances.
Indiana, ranked 13th now in the nation, will chase its 8th straight victory. All these things are crazy things to be saying about Indiana football, but they're going after their 8th straight win Saturday against Washington with ESPN's College Game Day in Bloomington. But while the national attention intensifies, it always gets tougher. Indiana's going to have to go several games without quarterback Curtis Rourke, who suffered a thumb injury. Are the Hoosiers good enough to keep churning even without Rourke and with all of this national attention?
Their margin for error is much less because Rourke was playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the country. I think if there's any bright side to it it's that Taven Jackson got to play the entire second half against Nebraska, and they scored 28 points in the first half with Rourke, and they scored 28 more points in the second half with Jackson. He also started 4 or 5 games last year, so it's not like you're throwing some guy in there who's never played. He does have experience. And the other thing I'll say in the favor that coming into that game, Nebraska had not allowed a rushing touchdown all year in 6 games. Indiana scored 5 rushing touchdowns against them, so it's not just a passing attack. Could they lose? Sure, they could lose. But I think that they have enough weapons to survive Washington, and then we'll see the following week they have to go to Michigan State. Look at that, a
legit full house.
Something neither one of us have ever seen.
It's pretty amazing. And look, they give up, 7 points to Nebraska. Indiana's not a defensive powerhouse. They do not have a shut you down defense. But Indiana's doing this year what Louisville we have seen do in past years, and that is they're putting so much pressure on other teams with their offense. They're getting out to a big lead that it takes dimensions away from opposing offenses. It takes the run game away a little bit. They feel the need to throw the ball. They get under pressure and they rush. They try and move the ball quicker, try and go faster than they want to, and that's what they did. Big thing to me about that game against Nebraska in that setting, and College Game Day is coming this week. Fox's big Saturday football was there last week, and
Barstool was there.
That's a big deal because you look at the numbers. It's a big deal. The students were out there. It was another that kind of game. It was a full house. That puts a lot of pressure on you at home. I mean, people don't think about that, but you see teams lose in that situation a lot of times. Indiana met the moment, and that to me was what I was looking for. How do they work under this national spotlight, under the network TV attention and the big sellout crowd? They embraced it. They ran to the roar, dare I say. We've heard a baseball coach around here use that term, and that's a good sign for Indiana because they got a lot more of that coming, and that's one of the big obstacles you have to beat. Washington's a better team. They're good offensively. They're solid. That'll be a tough game with a lot of attention, more interviews during the week. But I like Indiana's chances in this because of the way they responded last week.
I mean, they got 3 home games left now. They're all sold out.
You can catch every episode of Overtime on WDRB+.